What is up, guys? Vortex here, and today I'm going to be showcasing you the second match at my locals with me playing Aegisdramon and my opponent playing Mastemon, Lopmon, I believe. Very interesting deck. I don't think I've seen most of these cards before, but yeah, if you like this video, please do like and subscribe to the channel. And also click the bell so when I release even more gameplay videos, you'll be able to see them straight away. But either way here, we got a pretty good start. I got the Waymon straight away, and my opponent has, I don't know what the Tamer does exactly, but I believe this is like a lot more cards. And as you can see, I'm on my phone because I have to make sure about effects because for some reason, the cards are printed badly, so we have to go to a document to figure out what cards. So like, I'm just showing him the cards essentially just so that, you know, can confirm that we're not cheating. Well, I'm not cheating anyways. So I'm going to use its effect to play out one, and then I'm also going to put one underneath. So I put one under the Goma. And the Crabmon, it gains Dramming, and I get to put one also underneath. So I put another Waymon underneath. And now I've got a pretty good stack here, for sure. And still got a couple of memory because I gained memory from the egg. He has, I believe this is Darkness Awaits or something like that, which allows him to trash the top 3 cards, then add a purple, I believe. And then I'm going to go into the Aegisdramon to pass the turn. Using its when digivolving effect to bring out a aquatic, any of the ones that has aquatic in its traits essentially. And for me, I'm going to play out the Waymon because the Waymon is probably the best card in this deck. Unironically, it really helps with the strategy. So I think I misplay here. I think I'm supposed to put something underneath the Waymon here, and I do, okay, just making sure. But I think I still misplayed because I think I should have gone for the bottom Waymon, because essentially, like, if there's any way he can get rid of sources, then that one becomes the first one gone. So, you know, just minor misplays, you know, just things you have to take note of for sure when playing. And my opponent obviously hasn't really had a great start here. He doesn't really have a level 3, it seems. So, very unfortunate here, obviously, for himself. Just considering, like, is there any play that you can do, essentially? And unfortunately, now that I have Aegisdramon out, like, it's really hard for him to make progress. And he hard plays it again. But I get to activate its effect again, which means that if he plays it, I get to put one in place and then return one with an inheritable, essentially. And then I get to use Waymon effect to bring one out and then draw 2 and then get to put one underneath. I know I'm supposed to do this in sequence where I'm supposed to take it out and then put one underneath. I'm very much aware, but yeah, still learning with the deck. So I go into the Leopardmon here. To bring out the Gomamon, I believe. Yep, so I can get, oh no, the Crabmon, so it gains jamming, and I can also put a level 5er underneath it. Crabmon is just really good for this deck. So I start swinging security. It should be easy to clear up now unless there's a board wipe. I'm just making sure that one of the confusing things about this deck is which ones, you know, you can attack with, but I end game 1. And so we go into game 2 now, and I believe my opponent is starting off this time. He has a level 3 this time, so obviously already a better start. Apologise for the layout of this game. I know that the security is, you know, in the way, so I have to remember that for future videos, essentially. My bad. But he gets a pretty good start, gets the Tamer, which allows him to, I believe, add dual colours. And I get to go on my turn now, which I go to the Gomamon, just considering what I want to do. I have quite a few options. I'm actually really looking forward to updating this deck when BT11 comes out, because there's more BT11 support, which I genuinely can't wait for, because like when I started playing this deck, like I can't I can't stress this enough. Like, this deck is so much fun to play. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's a different, like, unique way of playing Digimon, but it's so interesting. And so my opponent is using this very interesting egg that trashes tamers. I'm not really sure what the use of that is, but I assume it's really good. But then he hard plays the Gatomon to reveal top 3. Doesn't get anything. I believe... I don't know if they're supposed to go to the bottom. I think they might be trashed. I can't remember. But, you know, he gets to play it for 1 cheaper, so it's not bad. I think this is one of the big things that's like gatekeeping the Mastamon until like BT11 comes out, because essentially, you know, playing a Surge 5 is not great. Obviously, you can then Digivolve for less on top of it, but yeah, a little bit iffy. So I get to go on my turn. I'm at 2 memory, which means I can't really go into something crazy. So I definitely shouldn't have brought this out here, I don't think. I think this is where I realised that no, I misplayed. I put the cards back because I need to do when attacking. So like you see, like I'm still trying to learn the deck as I go along here, because yeah, quite frankly, like those kind of misplays really do affect you. Which is the reason why I was saying that I should have kept this in raising, because yeah, like definitely shouldn't have promoted here, because now it can be, you know, targeted by FX essentially. So is what it is. We learn. So my opponent's just considering what he wants to do. So he swings at security and swings at security, and then just checking if he has any additional effects. It doesn't, but I get a Davis here, which is very important. My search off Davis isn't very good, but having the Davis in this situation is really good. Then he gets to trash 3 more, and I believe he gets to add a purple Digimon, I believe. Purple or something, I don't know. Yeah, so he adds the Dobomon back up. And I think at this point I'm just checking the effects, and he plays Gorch. What is this like? I think it's the one that, like, depending on how many tamers or hybrids you have, you delete level 5s or less. So, a bit annoying. So, I obviously do get punished here, which will definitely put me back a couple of turns. But I do get a lot of memory due to that. So, hopefully we can rebuild very quickly. So, I go to level 5 here. And I kind of just start building the stack up on the outside, because, well, if I could swing into this, I believe this is Antylamon, to get rid of it, which is really good because he doesn't have much pressure except for the Lopmon in raising. Just considering what level 6 I want to go into. I don't think it's really much of a debate. I should really be going into this Plesio a lot more. I do not get its effect, but I get to put one underneath, I believe. So I'm just considering which one I want to put under. So I put the Metal Aegisdramon underneath, I believe. Yep. I'm not too sure if that's legal though. So like, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm pretty sure with Digimon effects you're supposed to, you know, do them as much as you can. So even if you don't do the first thing, you have to do the second thing after, if it's applicable, essentially. Unless it says like, and if you do, etc. So I go to the Aegisdramon here. To bounce back the Antylamon, and now I've got a really big board here, because essentially I have, you know, pretty big control here, because now he kind of has to play around the fact that he can't hard play things. So he has the Kazuchimon. I was surprised about this one. I had to check here. I was like, isn't this? Oh no, it's fine. Pre-release stamp as well. Big flex. So he swings at security. I don't have block here, obviously, but he gets to reveal top 3 and trash tamers, I believe, still. Gets nothing. It's a Mega Aegisdramon, so unfortunately it does go. And now at this point I'm in a really strong position, because essentially I can control the board because he can't really hard play things. and I have a lot of Digimon going his way, essentially, so... He's just considering what he wants to do, because obviously this situation is pretty bad. He goes for the Dobomon, but then I get to activate its effect to play out a level 3, level 4, or one that has Aegisdramon in its name or aquatic. I play the Mega Aegisdramon here to return it, essentially. It's the only real applicable target in this situation. So I then push up, so now I've got 4 attacking at security if I want to attack at security. Not too sure if I want to at this point, because I'm applying quite a lot of pressure as is. Like, he has to hard play things or Digivolve from Egg. So I have really good control in this situation, I would say. So I go into another Plesiomon here. I then use the effect of the Plesiomon to take one underneath a Digimon. I take the Crabmon, and then I also get to put one underneath. I'll put the Aegisdramon underneath. So essentially I'm getting ready to potentially... I realised here, by the way, that with the Crabmon, if you give something jamming, you have to then do it to the same Digimon, essentially. So I swing with everything here. Don't think anything's really going to be dying. I think someone was like in the background saying, oh yeah, you can't sack with the Metal Aegisdramon because you summoned it on your turn. But I didn't, obviously. It was at the end of his turn, essentially, so it's still his turn. Get to swing 3 times here, so taking a lot of security out here. And now I'm just considering what I want to do. But I think in this situation, I just want to control the field even further, because essentially he needs to get rid of 2 level 7s. And removal for level 7s is quite rare in my next matchup that you'll see hopefully in 2 days' time. So I believe this is... I believe it's Christmas Day, actually, that you'll see that. I have a similar situation when I was playing against Aegisdramon. He hard plays a lot mon here, and I get to, I believe, use effects here. So I get to hard play a Digimon from underneath. Doesn't get an effect, but it just allows me to bring one out. I'm just looking up if the Aegisdramon's alright, but obviously it is, because Aegisdramon specifically says Aegisdramon, so just checking that out. And so he doesn't have a lot of memory, and he can't... This is the great thing about these kinds of boards, right? Unless there's a card that says you cannot do X thing. I had to read this because this is level 5 and it goes to level 3. That was really cool. But yeah, you have to deal with this board, and unfortunately he didn't find an out for the board, and I get to swing a security. There's nothing there, and I go for game.